So apparently, Tectone got swatted the other day. I noticed this in my feed and some people were letting me know about it, but I was so busy. Didn't have a chance to actually react to his video, but we're going to go ahead and do that now. So let's see what he's got to say.
We can talk about it. Pretty crazy thumbnail and pretty crazy title. But I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of story time about what's been going on in my life and what happened yesterday. I got swatted, but it was my first time, by the way. But I want to give you a little bit of lead up to...
So for anybody who doesn't know, which is probably not many people who don't know, but swatting is when you make a false claim to the police that have them send a SWAT team to the location. So that can be things like bomb threats. That could be things like you're holding somebody hostage, or you got hostages, you're armed. Basically things that would require a whole SWAT team to show up at your doorstep. It has cost the lives of a couple influencers. It's one of the worst things that you can do to somebody because it just comes out of nowhere. Most of the time, people have animals, and those animals end up being targeted by the police to try to get to you because they believe that you're a danger to the people involved as well as people around you. So it's not a great thing when it happens to you.
To what's been going on. And I'm just going to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm a very paranoid individual. I have many, and I real quick, my mod's showing context real quick. My mod's showing context. Just so you guys see this. This is a real image. This was taken from last night. But yeah, I was in fact swatted last night. So to give you guys a little bit of context, I'm a very paranoid man. And it's often hard at times to understand, is my paranoia valid or is it not? Some people call it hypervigilance. Some people call it paranoia. I have lived a life where I've always felt like there were people trying to kill me. I am also schizophrenic. So a little bit of lore. I was diagnosed in freshman year of college back in 2012, but I'd always been seeing things since I was young. However, I will say this, I pretty much don't see anything, don't hear anything anymore. Maybe like once a month. I don't know how, but I just feel like I've got it under control. And even when I do see things, it doesn't really affect me. I have been going into more serious content lately, more controversial content lately, because I've been given this opportunity to do so. And
oh yeah, he's been covering a lot more content that definitely will put a target on your back quick as hell. And especially for somebody of his popularity, where he's popular on both Twitch and Kick and YouTube, like the targeting that can be done to him, or I should say the possibility of being targeted is higher, because he's talking about these things that people have very, very strong opinions on, and that all it takes is one person to get pissed off and make the call. And if they're convincing enough, the police are going to get sent that way.
And it's been a lot of fun because I actually get to think about things and expand my knowledge about the world and try to expand my worldview and try to talk about issues that I think matter and can maybe enlighten people to having perspectives that would, benefit the world and their lives a little bit more. But things have been getting a little bit weird. I've been betrayed by a lot of people who I greatly cared about. I've been betrayed by people who I've been taking very well care of before, and it's happened once, it'll happen 1,000 times, and it'll continue to happen for the rest of my life because the world is a very cruel place. At least that's how I feel these days.
There will always be people who are out to get something for themselves, and if you're in the way of that, or they can use you as a resource, then yeah, I definitely don't see that slowing down.
I have around maybe 8 security cameras installed around my home. I can see every inch of perimeter that's around my house. There's not a single blind spot, and I own many guns.
Well, you're in Austin.
But
I
things
would
started
hope
to get
so.
weird a couple of weeks ago because there was this one car that kept on pulling up in front of my house. The person in the car I didn't recognize, and then they'd leave. Same person would pull up and then they'd leave. And shit's like that's like the shit that fucks with me because I'm like, who is that guy? Why do they keep on parking in front of my house? And why do they keep on leaving? Like, are they DoorDash? Are they this or that? And then I'd review the security cameras. I'd watch them sit there for an hour and 45 minutes, just sitting in front of my house, not doing anything, just sitting there. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep tabs of that. Strange. But the other night, This was maybe like 3-4 days ago. I'm streaming. It's 11:30 in the morning, and my internet goes out. And I'm confused. I restart the router. And I don't know what's going on. And then I, call them. They say there's an internet outage in your area. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, when's it done? Okay, sure. All right, I'll wait. Then I walk outside and I see my cables from underneath the ground have been pulled up and slashed. Someone slashed my fucking internet cables. And I couldn't check to see who it was. About 14 hours later, I reviewed the security footage, and it was actually just my old Asian neighbor. And he was gardening. But it freaked me the hell out. It did. It did freak me the hell out, because I was like, damn, who the fuck did that? Right?
Somebody petty enough to pull your fucking... Why are your... Nah, I don't know. Whatever.
They were like getting weeds, and they slashed my internet cable. But anyways, that takes us forward to last night. And, the things on the internet that I've experienced are, there are people who have come to my house. There are people who have said, if you play this game, I'm going to kill you. If you talk about this topic, I'm going to kill you. There have been people who have, approached me in real life. They've called me a white devil, called me other slurs for white people. Not that anybody gives a fuck. They've come at me, called me a raging faggot, coordinated people to harass me via Discord and found me in real life to do this shit. Thankfully, now I'm strapped, so I don't care. I used to not be. But, I've received a lot of harassment in my life, and yesterday was strapped. A new chapter. And
people will fuck around and they find out real quick.
I know I'm taking it kind of lightly, and I know it's very serious, but you got to understand, at this point, I've seen it all. I've been through it all, and I'm kind of making this video because even though I'm taking this very well, I want to explain the danger to this and why I think it's happening. So last night, I ordered some food. I ordered one of my favorite restaurants in Austin, Texas. It's called Honest Mary's. It's delicious, very healthy, very
never heard of
food. They deliver. They leave me my little chicken, sweet potato, and my sweet onions. And,
I
get that from me and Sophia. And
gross.
They leave.
That's
say thank
fucking
you.
foul.
About 30 seconds later, I hear a loud knocking on the door, and I'm like, damn, bro, relax. Like, what? Did you forget to give me my drink or something? Give me a fucking heart attack. I hate when people knock on my door. I fucking hate it. I've gone off on many door-to-door salesmen saying, brother, leave me the fuck alone. Like, dude, is this an unskippable ad? Like, why are you showing up to my fucking house? Can I get YouTube?
And why knocking? Why can't you just ding the door?
Anyways,
unless you don't
loud ass knocking. I go to open the door, and as I'm opening this door, I can't remember how many fucking police officers it was, but a large amount of police officers come into my home, and they take me out of my home. I immediately put my hands up, and I say, hey, officers, this is a streamer house. I think I'm getting pranked. Please do not hurt my cats. Please do not hurt my dog. Because obviously I have 3 cats that I love very much, Banjo, Eggy, and Simba. And I have a dog,
Cute.
Mango. And in case you don't know, in swatting, when you get swatted, if an animal interferes with a police investigation of your home, they can kill them.
Yeah.
If it interferes, if it causes them any inconvenience, they will kill them with the suspicion that it could potentially save a life by killing your animals. And the more and more I'm talking about this, I guess the more and more the reality of the situation is kicking in, where I realized that last night I could have lost the lives of my pets from doing nothing.
Yeah.
They pull me out, they go inside, they interrogate Sophia, they go upstairs, they check all the rooms, they go downstairs, they check all the rooms. Ironically, besides Jenazad's room, they don't go into Jenazad's room, they don't go into the attic, but they check every single room. They interrogate Sophia, they interrogate Anna. They ask them, I hear them from outside, has he ever done anything wrong to you? Has he done this? Has he done that? Has he touched you? Has he done this shit? Is he raping you? Like, has he done anything to you sexually that you don't want? And they come back outside, and I think there's like 3, maybe 4 officers pull me out to the front of my porch, and they say, so have you had any type of altercation, or have you ever yelled, or have you argued, or have you ever hurt any of these women inside your home? And I say, and by the way, the entire time, my hands are up. The entire time. I do not put my hands down.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to cooperate here. I'm just cooperating. The officer says, mid-sentence, like, hey, man, you can put your hands down. It's okay. I can see that you're trying to work with us. And I say, thank you. Like, anything you want to know, please, like, just ask me. I'm here to help you guys. And I said, no. I mean, I guess Jenazad got upset at my dog last night. He yelled at my dog. And I said, well, then that's like the only thing I can even remember of anybody raising their voice. Like, you know, Mango was trying to eat his pizza and he got angry. And they said, okay, well, that's not it. And I said,
Goddamn dog. Stay away from the pizza.
is there like a reason why you guys are here in my house? And they told me that they got a report that I was raping women in my house and that I had 8 hostages in my home.
Yeah, see.
And I asked, well, who said that? I said, well, who said that?
It's
they
anonymous.
said, well, we can't tell you that.
Yeah.
And then I started listing names of the people who I think would have done that. I'm not going to say who those are. I invited them inside. I talked to them for a little bit. They apologized with the whole ordeal.
They're just doing their
jobs. They marked my house down as a streamer house to where the police will be more cognizant and my house will never be swatted ever again. As well as my future house that I'm moving to has already been whitelisted and will never be swatted, which is great. So I'm safe from this from now on.
That's like one of the only good things to come out of this was the fact that now that they know that this is a streamer household and he's whitelisted, they won't SWAT him. They will still send people to check if it's like, you know, not a obvious like, hey, he's got hostages, he's gonna blow people up, that kind of thing. But like once that's done, it'll be like something that he won't ever have to worry about again. Well, for the foreseeable future, anyway.
We talk about how horrible it is that people do this to streamers. Any potential people who I think might be harassing me, I give them some names. From schizos to streamers, I name them all. Just to kind of like set off a warning flag in case they hear one of those names calling about me. Because I think I know who did this. And I actually don't think it's a chatter. I don't think it's a schizo. I actually think it's a streamer. I think it's a content creator. Yeah, and it's not Miz. If it was Miz, I would just say Miz. It's not Miz. I think I know who it is. Because I think there is someone in this town who wants me to kill myself. I genuinely do. No, I don't think it's Hassan either. I think it's, well, I feel like it's pretty obvious who I think it is, guys. The person who really doesn't want me to talk about him. I feel like it's incredibly obvious.
There's a couple people.
And I do think this person is trying to stress me out mentally enough to where I kill myself.
Hasman, obviously. No,
because they know
Hasman.
what I am going to say. They know the widespread coverage is going to happen. And the narrative of me is going to shift so drastically because when I'm allowed to tell the story that I'm going to tell you guys, with proof, by the way, with receipts of everything that I'm saying, including legal court documents.
Oh, this should be fun.
When I'm allowed to tell you guys the story that I'm allowed to tell you guys, it is going to change everything. It is. And I think it's very scary. And maybe this is my paranoia getting me. It could have just been a random schizo or chatter. And if it is, that's even more pathetic because me being outspoken of my opinions makes you want to come to my house and try to get me killed. My pets, my animals, my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, people don't give a fuck.
My close friends, you want to get us hurt? You want to get us killed because I'm outspoken about gacha games? Because I'm a little bit more conservative with my viewpoint on life? Because I've called your streamers what they are? Horrible pieces of shit?
Nice play on words.
You want to try to kill me? This is insane. You are pathetic. And to be honest, all you've done is make me stronger. All you've done was give me a hit tweet. All you've done is give me a clickbait stream title. All you've done is give me a banger thumbnail. YouTube video that's going to be a 1 of 10. And now all you've done is make it to where these people who are conspiring to try to hurt me over me merely telling the truth online, it makes your side look insane. You've added another chapter to my storybook that I get to tell one day as a cautionary tale of do not get involved in the streamer world because my God, chatters and streamers alike are retarded.
They are not smart.
You're going to try to kill me by getting the police called on me. You're going to try to get my animals hurt. Well, unfortunately for you, once again, I am still alive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, I thought it was funny. To be fair, I was spooked for like 10 seconds. But then after that, I was just kind of just talking to police officers about donut operator and how stupid motherfuckers are that actually do this shit. So to be honest, good job. You tried. You did nothing. Everybody's cool. What's funny is Sophia and Anna didn't even care. And Jenazad just stayed in his room and kept sleeping. Then came out 30 minutes later and was like, hey, I heard the police out here, but I didn't want to make it more confusing, so I just stayed in my room. Mango got pet by every police officer.
Cute.
And everybody loved Eggy. Nobody pet Simba, unfortunately. So, you tried once again, but like, I mean, this shit's getting fucking pathetic, man. Just understand that what's happening is going to happen. And I hate to disappoint you even further, but because I'm such a paranoid man, that even if I die, even if I get killed, even if I commit suicide, I would never commit suicide, by the way. I already have people who are going to share my story in the case of me dying. The world will know what you have done, and nothing is going to prevent that. It will happen, the world will hear it, and it's only a matter of time. Oof. And by the way, to all of you people in Austin, I cannot wait for you to understand how much you enabled a horrible, horrible fucking human being. Thanks for watching.
Dude, that is fucking crazy. That's awesome. I hope, oh my God, we're definitely gonna watch that when it actually comes out. I want to see what it is. But that's his story of getting swatted. Make sure you go ahead and give him a like, give him a sub. Fucking Tectone, love the guy. He's just fucking awesome. It's so cool.